A quick turnaround here for Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. 48 hours after advancing out of the play-in, taking on the league best Thunder in this one. Chiney, I know that Sinners was the #1 movie this weekend. A different kind of horror story here for the Grizzlies.
It was. This was all about sinners, nightmares, and defense, depth, dominance. That's what the Oklahoma City Thunder bring. Once you miss, that's the best thing for them. They have these electric plays that get everyone off the bench.
What an elevation here by Cason Wallace for the poster. And then a couple minutes later, OKC up 22. Who would have thought Aaron Wiggins was going to be the leading scorer for OKC?
Me, because they're that deep. I mean, seriously, he's had 40 this season off the bench, by the way.
21 points for him in this one. And then OKC now up, what's that?
Oh, J-Dub.
You'd said Jalen Williams could be the most important player in this postseason here for OKC on a night when SGA struggled a little bit, his lowest scoring output. Even is impressed here. And then SGA finding his groove a little bit.
Yeah, right before the break, that's how you steal the momentum back. And their ability to play two bigs. We talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers, how that's their superpower. Well, you got to introduce them into the conversation as well.
The Thunder absolutely rolled in this one. 51-point win. That is the 5th largest margin of victory in postseason history, the largest in a decade. This was also the largest playoff win in franchise history for OKC. After the game, here's Ja Morant on the Grizzlies' performance.
Joe, what are you telling your guys after a game like this?
We'll never, play that bad again. If we win Tuesday, the series 1-1. And this game won't matter.
Well, number one, y'all not going to win Tuesday. But number two, I believe Ja Morant, but I don't believe Jaren Jackson Jr. Let's have an uncomfortable conversation real quick.
Oh, goodness.
He is the most overhyped player in this league. He's not even a top 10 big in my eyes. And here's why I'm going at him. Forget the fact that you fired your coach 5 games, 8 games left in the season and you need him to step up. Forget the fact that Ja Morant probably shouldn't be playing because he's taking shots every damn day to stay on the floor because we know how severe that ankle sprain is. Forget the fact that he is a former defensive player of the year. Forget the fact that he made an all-star team this year. Matter of fact, forget the fact that he had 4 and 3. Do you realize 43 was my jersey number in Boston? Do you realize 4 and 3 is what I average? You're an all-star, bro. They need you to step up at the biggest times. I don't care. It's a make-or-miss league. You're going to miss shots. But there's no way in hell that Jaren Jackson Jr. should ever leave a game without having double-figure rebounds and being impactful on the defensive side of things. So when I look at the Memphis Grizzlies and I look at this matchup against Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren, you got to impose your will. You can't have them switching Alex Caruso on you and you're settling for threes and you can't get 2 feet in the paint and punish them on these mismatches. When I think about him, yes, it is 10 bigs that I would take over him right now. He was an all-star, yeah. Yes.
As much as the Grizzlies, it just was not their afternoon. By the way, an incredibly painful turnaround for them. Early game after barely making it out of the play-in tournament.
They shouldn't have been in the play-in tournament.
But I think we can both agree, right, Perk? This is much more about what the Thunder did than what the Grizzlies didn't do. So what kind of a statement did the Thunder make in this one, Marc?
As cold as Jaren was, you know what was hot? The torture chamber. The torture chamber was really sauna-like. And Ja Morant, you didn't speak on Ja Morant. Lou Dort held him to 1 of 6 shooting. Lou Dort had 3 steals. Caruso had 3 steals as well. The Thunder also had 3 guys with 2 blocks. Defensively, they're incredible. But they call Lou Dort DPOY. They believe he should be the defensive player of the year.
I voted for him.
He wasn't even a finalist, so you know he's a little upset. He's a little mad. He's not even made All-NBA first or second team defense. I think that changes. But they heated up the torture chamber, and it's going to be a problem for Morant and everybody else going forward.
But that's why I love series. It allows players the opportunity to respond. Perk, what you trying to,
No, I was just waiting.
I'm coming back at you with Jaren Jackson Jr. He still had a decent year. 22 points per game. Now,
and 5
I think
rebounds.
In one game, mind you, losing in a play-in, then winning a play-in, then going up against Oklahoma City Thunder, which I say is running into a defensive buzzsaw, is difficult. I think he'd be the first to admit that that was an unacceptable performance from him. But yeah, you were pretty strong on that. You were pretty strong.
And I stand on that. Look, Austin Reeves averaged 5 rebounds. Austin Reeves
I think
for
he
the
can,
season.
Yes,
Yeah.
but before, ironically, talking about Lou Dort and the torture chamber and how he should get more consideration for Defensive Player of the Year, prior to his injury, weren't we saying that Jaren Jackson Jr. could have made that opportunity too? So, like, you know,
we can talk about Jaren Jackson Jr. and the Memphis Grizzlies all day long. I am walking away from that game saying, oh, crap. Anything that we have thought, the Thunder a regular season team, are they too young for this?
I'm with you.
It is all about OKC.
I will say this. I was listening to
Yep.
you yesterday, and you're absolutely correct. The rest of the NBA has seen the statement that the Thunder have made. 51-point victory. This regular season, 13 points per game is their average margin of victory. And all other teams in NBA history, around 11 or 12, they've won titles when you beat teams by that much.
Absolutely.
And they're on trend.
And we can't say it enough. This was SGA's lowest scoring output of the entire season, and they still roll by 51 points.
I'm on fire.